Just wanted to ask first, what has like the last week been like for you? Just this process, finding out you're coming to Buffalo. What's it all been like?
Yeah, it's been this is my third time in free agency. So I'd say it wasn't as stressful for as long. It still gets stressful when you get down to the final, 2 days or 3 days. But I've learned that I just got to keep working hard, and eventually the team that's right for me will come up. And Buffalo filled that role, and I'm super excited to be here. But this last week has been a lot of work, and then hey, the opportunity comes up. Where's the best spot to go? And here I am.
When you mentioned Buffalo feeling like the right fit, what is it about Buffalo that, is making you feel good about this?
A few different things. Number one, the city. I started in Philadelphia, my career in Philadelphia. Obviously, they have a big fan base, and then I kind of got away from that with my other teams. Just not that the fan base were poor or bad or anything, but just not as dedicated. And then coming back here, I'm really excited to have a fan base that is so excited about the team. Even today, somebody stopped me to get a picture just because they saw I was with somebody from the Bills, and they're like, "Oh, he's got to be a Bills player." And like after, they're like, "Oh, sorry," they tried to take a picture, but I was so happy that they did that. I was like, it's been a long time, and like for fans to just love their team, that will never bother me. Um, that dedication is never a problem to me. So the fan base is definitely huge. But then the team, all I've heard about, I've been in the league 8 years, seeing how when guys come back to a team after leaving, that's usually a sign that something's going on in that team that keeps bringing them back, culture wise or environment, whatever it may be. So there has to be something great about this Buffalo team that keeps bringing guys back, even though they've left and gone on to other teams. So I'm excited about that as well. Like there's a lot of things that make me happy and made me happy to choose Buffalo.
It's funny you mentioned guys leaving and coming back. I was going to ask about Mitch Trubisky specifically. How much have you talked to him about, his previous experience here and him coming back and now, being in the same locker room with him?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
bunch. I mean, me and Mitch have obviously known each other since college, played together in college. And so it's, the last 15 years we've known each other. So he's somebody that I do trust his opinion. And, if he's going to tell me how a team is, he's not going to lie to me. He has no reason to lie to me. And first thing I did when I called him, I was like, yeah, what's it like for real? Like not trying to recruit me, not because somebody says you should get Mac here. Tell me how it is. He's like, dude, you'll love it. Like the guys are always together. The city is awesome. The city loves all the players, and that's big for me. Like that matters to me as a player. So and him emphasizing that, I was like, oh, okay, it must be true. So I'm super excited to be with him as well. But he's another reason to be here. I have a friend and former teammate as well playing with me.
Awesome. Thanks, Mac.
Thank you.
Hi, Mac. Matt Bove here with the ABC station in town. Like Catherine said, congratulations. Welcome to Buffalo. For somebody who's joining the team, what do you know about them specifically in the football side? Because obviously there's been some success the last couple of years. There's been wide receivers that have had a lot of success. What part of that fit into your decision?
Obviously as an offensive player, I look at the offense and I see a quarterback that knows how to sling the rock for sure. And I see a lot of success at the wide receiver position. But then the biggest thing for me, and has always been for me, is the wins column. And there's been a lot of winning going on here. And I hope to be a part of that and hope to take that to the next level, because obviously everybody's goal is to make it to the Super Bowl in this league. But it's not easy. It's not something that just happens because you've won games in the past, or it doesn't happen because you all sit around and tell each other in a team meeting that's going to happen. It's going to take a lot of work. But I'm excited to be a part of that and be on this journey to, go chase that Lombardi.
And what does your skill set, do you think, bring the team that maybe they don't have right now?
I can't say I know exactly what the whole team has, just because I haven't been in the locker room, and what you see on TV is only a portion of what is reality. So I'll, going through off-season workouts and OTAs and all that will be great to gauge that. But I think I've had a lot of experience in the league, on different teams, playing different roles inside, outside as a receiver, playing on all four special teams. So seeing all that and being able to bring that to guys and help them learn from me and me learn from them is going to be important.
Awesome. Well, welcome to Buffalo. And when we actually meet in person, we're going to talk about soup because I'm going to try and change your mind.
It's going to be a hard struggle, but we'll see. We shall see.
Hey, Mac. Matt Perino, Syracuse.com. Welcome to Buffalo. Congrats.
Appreciate it, Matt. Thank you so much.
So when you were having the conversations with the Bills, take me into that a little bit as much as you can about, kind of how they view you fitting into not only the receiving room, but if there's maybe any intentions to have you join their special teams group, because this is an organization that obviously values that part of the game pretty highly.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I think I know what's kept me in the league and allowed me to play this long. And I know I've transitioned into a more of a receiver role, but special teams is what got me to this point. Going into year 8. So there'll never come a time in my career where I'm too good to play special teams, especially for a unit that's just at this level, a top 5 unit every year almost since I've been in the league, really at this point, like last 5-6 years. So I'm excited to work on that side of the ball, but as well as on the offensive side of the ball, to be able to stretch the field, to be able to get in. And if I got to get dirty and block and do that, I'm excited for that. Like whatever role I can take and take this team to whatever our goals are, then I'm happily standing in that spot.
I saw a clip of you blocking that was circulating on Twitter or X the other day. What goes into your mentality in that part of the game? Because I know not every receiver is super pumped up to really sell out in that part of the game.
Yeah, I mean, blocking is a decision at the end of the day. You either decide you want to do it or not. It doesn't make it easier because you decided that you want to do it, but it makes you more willing to do it. If I decide like, hey, this is what needs to be done this play, and if in your mind you can tell yourself, hey, if I make this block, we'll score. It does it makes it so, okay, I'm more willing to do it. Whereas if you go out there and like my block doesn't matter, and then 99% of the time your guy ends up making the play. So when I go out there to block, it's like, hey, if I make this block, we're going to score a touchdown, we're going to win the game, or we're going to go up in points or whatever it may be. It's going to be a game-changing block. And that mindset has helped me, every time a run play comes. Like, just like when I'm running a route, receivers are like, hey, I'm getting the ball right here, whether they know they're getting it or not. With run blocking, I'm blocking hard, whether I know the ball is coming this way or not.
Thanks a lot, Mac. Congrats again.
Appreciate it, Matt.
Hi, Mac. My name is Elena Getzenberg. I cover the team for ESPN. It's nice to meet you. Welcome to Buffalo.
How's it going, Elena? Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I was curious. I thought it was really cool of you talking about that fan interaction you had today and like why that's something you kind of were looking for in a team. I guess I'm curious for you as a player, like why, like being with different teams, seeing how different fan bases and cities are like why is that valuable to you? Like, why do you think that's something that you want, that you're looking forward to having here?
Yeah, I think every team has their core fans. Every team, at least that I've been on, has core fans, and they're great. And I love those fans. It's hard to get an entire city to be all about a team, and that's something that happens here. And I think it's great because, like, that feeling of knowing that everybody's behind you. I think it's just a natural human reaction when you think you have support, or you can feel you have support for something. It just makes you feel there's no tangible. You can't measure it like, oh, well, you have 3,000 fans more, so you're going to be more. You're going to feel it more. No, you just there's just something intangible about it. So that moment, I know it seems kind of corny, like somebody just took a picture with you, but I've thought about it, and I've been here, 4 or 5 hours, and I've been thinking like, wow, what a cool moment. She doesn't know me at all. Literally, I haven't even signed any papers or anything yet. She just happened to see somebody with the Bills and like, oh, that must be a player. And just her smiling ear to ear was super cool to me. And knowing that that's how the whole city is awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna love Buffalo.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm very excited.
And I was curious, obviously you asked about like what you know about the Bills and that kind of thing, but Josh Allen, getting to play with him and catch balls from him, have you heard much about him, or what are you anything you're looking forward to with working with Josh?
Yeah, I'm super excited to work with him. He's obviously one of the best quarterbacks in this league, and that's not easy to do. This is the highest level, so to be able to play at that level for many years in a row is extremely impressive. So I'm excited to be able to work with him to see how he plays in person, because TV is one thing, like I said, to see things live is another thing. So I'm excited to get to experience that and see how he likes to play, how he wants his receivers to be, because I see his receivers have a lot of success, and hopefully I can help and join in that success and take it to another level.
And then one last one for me, just getting to be around the building today. You said it's only been a few hours, but like, are you getting to meet everyone? Like, what's it kind of been like so far?
Yeah, meeting a bunch of people. Obviously trying to keep my memory bank going of names and stuff. But it's odd. I took a 30 visit 7 years ago when I was coming out of college here, and like certain rooms, I'm like, oh, I think I remember being in this room and being in that room, and things kind of clicking back, which is cool. But yeah, it's been cool to meet everybody and different people, because I know in April it'll seem like I've been here forever after the first week, and that's just how it feels already, just the relationship wise and the comfort and family atmosphere.
For sure. Looking forward to meeting you in person. Congrats.
You too. Thank you.
All right, Mac, how you doing? Sal Capaccio here. I cover the team for a WGR Sideline Reporter. Just had to pull over to ask you this, so
Let's do
good
it.
to meet you. All right,
Great to meet you.
All right, I read about the barefoot, walking around barefoot, and how that improves your dexterity. And I read you're a sports science guy at North Carolina. All right, tell me all about that and how that all came about and what it means for you.
Yeah, so I think everybody feels better barefoot. The first thing they do when you get home, you take your shoes off and you exhale from how much better you feel when your shoes are off. But I didn't really do like barefoot stuff until probably 6 years ago. Met these guys from Melbourne, Australia. They're called Melbourne Muscular Therapy. Started working with them, and they do all their stuff barefoot. All their training's barefoot. They do a lot of breathing stuff, Wim Hof, all this stuff that's kind of getting big with the cold plunging, all that stuff. And they came and visited me when I was still with the Eagles. They came and they were walking barefoot through Philly, and I'm looking at them like, what in the world is wrong with y'all? Like, y'all must be out of your mind. And then you fast forward 4 years, and I'm walking through New York barefoot. I'm walking through Florida barefoot. I'm walking through any city I'm in, I'm barefoot now. And it's helped me a lot, just not only from a physical standpoint, because if your feet are the same as your hands, just on the ground. Imagine the roots of a tree are your feet. If you bind those in a shoe, or if you were to bind your hands in gloves, you can't take them off and expect the same dexterity as if you had your hands out. I guess the example I use a lot is if you have any kids, when your kids first put shoes on, they start like your kids will learn how to walk barefoot, and then you'll put shoes on them and they'll walk weird again. And everybody thinks it's really cute, and it is cute, but watching the kid like kind of fumble back and forth, but they can't feel their feet anymore. So their brain isn't triggering the ground. So they're just walking funny because they truly don't know how to walk funny until they learn how to walk again with now having less feeling. So just getting that feeling back, like, why is it taken away? I'm not saying you got to be no shoes walking through spikes on the ground. But every once in a while, take your shoes off and relax a little bit. It's good for you.
I love it. Is there, like, you ever see like in Die Hard where he curls his toes in the carpet when he gets to the hotel room? And he's like, oh yeah, that's really good. That's what I'm thinking here. Yeah,
like that stuff. A lot of people can't do that anymore because they're in the shoe so much that they couldn't even curl their toe or move toes. And technically your toes should be able to move similar to your hand.
Man, all right, I love it. Thank you. I'm glad I pulled over for that. That's great. Thank you.
No problem.